That skill presents subtraction of fractions. When two fractions are on the same denominator, let's say 5 and 5, and you want to subtract them, you can write down the answer as the difference of the numerators over the common denominator, in this case 5. For example, if you want to do 4/5 minus 1/5, the answer is going to be 4 minus 1, the difference of the numerators over the denominator, which is 5. So this is equal to 3/5. Similarly, 7/8 minus 3/8 is equal to 7 minus 3 on the top over the common denominator, which is 8. And that is equal to 4 over 8. And 4/8 can be simplified by dividing them with 4, the greatest common divisor of 4 and 8. So we have a 1 on the top, 2 on the bottom. 7/8 minus 3/8 is equal to 1/2. But then how do you subtract fractions that are not on the same denominator? For example, how do you subtract 2/5 from 3/4? Unlike the previous two examples, the two denominators are not the same. Therefore, you cannot subtract the numerators and write one single denominator, a common denominator at the bottom. But then this is the only way to subtract fractions. You got to have them on the same denominators. So that's when you change each one of these to their equivalent forms so that they are on the same denominator, by finding the least common multiple, LCM, of the denominators, also known as the least common denominators of the two fractions. The LCM of 4 and 5 is 20. Therefore, we have a 20 here and we have a 20 here, so that we could subtract the new numerators, write the difference on the top and a 20 on the bottom. To change 4 to a 20, multiply that with 5 and do the same on the numerator. To change 5 to a 20, multiply that with 4 and do the same on the numerator. So we have 3 times 5 is 15. 3/4 is equivalent to 15/20. And similarly, 2 times 4 is 8. 2/5 is equivalent to 8/20. So we could do a 15 minus 8 on the top and 20 on the bottom. That is equal to 7/20. 3/4 minus 2/5 is equal to 7/20. Let's try and do 5/6 minus 3/4. The least common denominator of 5/6 and 3/4 is 12. So you want to change both fractions to something over 12 and then do the subtraction. 6 times 2 is 12. So you want to multiply 5 with 2 as well. And 4 times 3 is 12. So you want to multiply 3 with 3. 5 times 2 is 10. So 5/6 is equivalent to 10/12 minus 3 times 3 is 9. 3/4 is equivalent to 9/12. So we have 10 minus 9 all over 12, which is equal to 1/12. So 5/6 minus 3/4 is 1/12. Let's now try and subtract two mixed numbers. Let's say you want to do 3 and 2/3 minus 1 and 1/2. The idea is to subtract the whole numbers first. So you have 3 minus 1, that's 2, and then do a subtraction of the fractions, plus 2/3 minus 1/2. And the LCM of 3 and 2 is 6. So this is going to be equal to 2 plus something over 6 minus something over 6. 3 times 2 is 6. So you want to times this with 2 as well. And 2 times 3 is 6. So you want to multiply 1 with 3. So we have 4 over 6, 4/6 for 2/3, and 3 over 6, 3/6 for 1/2. Time for us to do the subtraction. So this is going to be equal to 2 plus 4 minus 3 all over 6, which is 2 plus 1 over 6, and that is nothing but 2 and 1/6, the mixed number. So far so good. Now let's try and do 3.5 minus 1 2/3. So I just interchanged the fractional parts of these two mixed numbers. And there's a problem here. Obviously in the first step you do 3 minus 1, you get a 2. No problem with that step. But then you do a plus 1/2 minus 2/3, and then 1/2 is less than 2/3. So how do you do the subtraction? Well, one way to do it is get a negative out here. So it's going to be 2 minus something, and just do that subtraction, get your final answer. But let's see how to do this using borrowing as you would do on a normal subtraction problem. And the idea is that you borrow 1 from this 2, so the 2 changes to a 1, and then the other one goes to this 1/2, so that you no longer end up with a negative answer on the subtraction. So this is 1 and 1/2, 1 added to 1/2, minus 2/3, and that's equal to 1 plus, change this mixed number to an improper fraction, 2 times 1 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 seconds minus 2/3, and now that this fraction is larger than this one, you could go ahead with the subtraction, which is equal to 1 plus, the two denominators are not the same, the LCM of 2 and 3 is 6, so over 6, what's 3 over 2 as something over 6? Well, 2 times 3 is 6, so you want to do 3 times 3, that's 9 over 6. Similarly, minus 3 times 2 is 6, so you do 2 times 2, you get a 4 on the top. 4 6 is equivalent to 2/3, and that's equal to 1 plus, now that they are on the common denominator or the same denominator, 6, you could do a 9 minus 4, so you get 1 plus 5/6, which is nothing but the mixed number 1 and 5/6.